Let's deal in Joe Concha, Fox News contributor. Joe, look, Cheryl just went over those numbers. Seems like the American people get it. They understand that this is because of the White House's policies. Why doesn't Joe get this?
Oh, because I don't think the president or his handlers anyway know how to pivot once they've dug themselves so deep in this narrative that we need this Build Back Better bill, even though the American people overwhelmingly are rejecting it, saying it won't make their lives better. And it's not just the Fox Business poll, guys. Multiple polls all say the same thing. What this administration has already spent in the form of trillions with a T and what it wants to spend in this massive spending bill that will add $3 trillion to the deficit, by the way. That's according to the CBO. This is directly contributing to the 40-year high that we're at in inflation. And just ask the last one-term Democratic president and Jimmy Carter what inflation can do to a presidency. The low and middle class feel it most. But here you have Biden, Democrats, not named Manchin and Sinema, by the way, that continue to plow forward in trying to pass this bill. It's Dumb and Dumber meets Three Blind Mice in Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer, and the American people don't want any part of it.
Well, there is a New York Times op-ed, Brett Stevens wrote it, and it's titled, Biden Should Not Run Again, and he should say he won't. It also says Biden seems sometimes alarmingly incoherent. He says basically, you know, the president needs to say it now. He's not going to run for re-election again, because if he does win a second term, what's he going to be, 86 at the end of it? What do you make of the suggestion coming from the New York Times?
Yeah, if we're seeing late 70s Joe Biden right now, think of what mid-80s Joe Biden is going to sound and look like. And look, I hope Brett Stevens is working from home and doesn't have to venture into a work cafeteria or near a water cooler at the New York Times anytime soon, because the woke mob that runs that newspaper ain't going to like this one bit. But facts are facts. Just 22% of Americans want the president to seek a second term. That was one poll this week, 1 in 5, basically. Just 36% of Democrats within his own party want Biden to run again in 2024. That was another poll from a week before. 44% want that person named someone else. I'm serious. They can't even name somebody, but they'd rather have that than that. And look, the work ethic is pathetic here, guys. Listen to this, Carly. All right. Today, here's his schedule. 9:30 a.m. receives the president's daily brief. 1:30 p.m. Okay. Awards the Medal of Honor to a couple of different people. That's nice, but that's a 4-hour difference there in terms of when the day starts and what the next event is. And then 3 p.m. meets with members of the White House COVID-19 response team and called a day before tomorrow he'll head off again to another weekend in Delaware or Camp David. This is not a president who wants to work because maybe he's at an age where people don't need to be president of the United States, and that goes for the Republican side as well.
Joe, we always appreciate you having you on. The only person who calls you alarmingly incoherent is your wife. We appreciate your time this morning, Joe.
And she's wrong about that.
This is true.
Yeah.
You're alarmingly coherent.
For us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Stop DMing my wife, Pyro.
Oh, hey, now.
Thank you.
That took a
Gone off
turn.
the rails. Joey, I'll tweet you.
All right.
Still ahead.
Oh.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.